today I've got a special guest with me, Pat, who's one of my students. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a follow-up on a tip I did a while ago called the Effortless Golf Swing. So in that tip, I had this launch monitor. I swung real easy, and I was still able to generate some pretty good club head speed. So this launch monitor was reading high 80s and even into the mid 90s, and it looked like I was barely even hitting the golf ball. So some people saw that and they thought that maybe the monitor was not giving an accurate reading. So I'm going to use Pat here. I'm going to have him hit some shots with his normal swing. We'll see what his swing speed is. Then I'll use his golf club, do that same easy swing, and we'll see how we compare. So Pat, before we get started, what is your handicap?
My handicap's an 11.
11 handicap. Okay, and then how far do you typically hit your driver?
235, 240, that's okay. Full carry.
Full carry,
Yes.
With the roll?
With the roll,
okay,
yes.
So you're in that kind of average, well, a little better than average golfer, okay? So, you know, you're approaching a single digit, 11 handicap, and the distance, you know, if you could increase that, boy, I'm sure your game would definitely improve.
So I'm here.
But yeah, we'll work on that in the future. After this tip, you'll know exactly what to do. Okay, so I'm gonna have you hit a few shots. We'll set up this swing speed radar. So with this launch monitor, it's real simple. You just put it about 8 inches away on a 45-degree angle, and you can actually see the reading when you're hitting balls with it. That's why I like it. Okay, so do your normal golf swing. Like, don't try to bust it because the monitor's here, okay? Oh, let's go a little further away. Okay, right about there. Okay, that one there is 93 miles an hour. Well, that's average. Okay, 93 again. Yeah, very consistent. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, 94. So
okay.
2 93s and a 94. Okay, so I'm going to borrow your golf club. And I'm going to just swing nice and easy. And we'll see what kind of club head speed I can generate. $97. That was pretty easy right there, wasn't it? Okay. I towed that one just a little bit at 96. So there you go. So I'm swinging nice and easy. You're swinging, you know, as hard as you can, or well, your normal swing speed.
Right.
So how do I generate more club head speed than you, swinging what looks like easier than you? So what I try to explain to people, it's not how hard you're swinging, it's how loose you're swinging. Okay, so there's a couple areas if you want to increase your club head speed. You've got to keep your wrists nice and loose in your golf swing. So the looser something is, the faster it swings. So my wrists there are nice and loose. That gives me more of a lag angle. It creates more of a whipping action as the club's swinging down. Now I couple that looseness with a rotation of my body. So if I turn up my body speed, okay, that's when I can get the unit over 110 miles an hour. Okay, so if you look at that one, that's 115. Okay, so there the difference was I drove this as hard as I could, or well, you know, pretty darn hard to get the club head speed increased. So if you want to increase your club head speed, what we want to do, again, we want to loosen our wrists. So we're going to do that first. That means that we're going to be holding on to the golf club, but it's a looser feeling in our wrists, okay, as opposed to letting go of the golf club. Some people let go of the club and they think that's loose. No, we're holding on, but we're loose in our wrists. A great drill you can be doing for that is just by gripping down on the golf club. So if you grip down on the golf club, you've got the butt of the club right here. So what we're doing is we're working the golf club back and forth like this, looking for the butt of the club. Okay, so I see it there and I see it there. So I'm working it back and forth. So the only way you can do that is by having your wrists loose. If you were like this and all locked up, like you couldn't see the butt of the golf club. So you sit there over and over, do thousands and thousands of these, loosen it up. so you get that club increasing the club head speed. So you do that first, okay? So let's do a couple swings, just nice and loose like that in our wrists. Swing nice and easy, but let's do it with looser wrists first.
Okay.
Okay, that was definitely easy. That's 80 miles an hour still with a real easy little swing. So I'm liking that. Just keep shaking that energy out. That was very nice right there. 85 miles an hour.
Okay.
It looks like you're barely swinging at it. Okay, let's do one more. Not bad, 83.
Yep.
So once you get the wrists nice and loose, okay? Maybe this takes you a week. It takes you 3 weeks, a month, whatever. Keep doing it until you're comfortable hitting shots with that very loose, effortless feeling. Okay, that's step one. Now, once we do that, we're going to increase the rotational speed of our body to generate even more power. So the way you do that, you know, you've got to work on obviously using one of your downswing triggers so that your legs end up touching when we're done. So I've done tons of tips on this in the past. We're bringing this back leg over to touch our forward leg. If you do that faster, that turns your body faster, okay? A great drill you can be doing on a regular basis is this. You hold the golf club, I'll do it this way. You hold the club up in the air, okay? You take the club back like you would normally do, and then make the club swing because you're using your legs. As you do that, you're listening to the sound of the golf club. You make it sound faster by driving your lower body faster. You're not just sitting here going like this, okay, with your arms. By holding the club up in the air, there's no ball to hit. No ball, now you can feel your legs making it swing. So let's do that drill a few times. Hold it up in the air.
Okay.
Really listen to the sound of the club. Okay, now make it sound faster this time with your legs. Okay, very good. So now you're approaching how fast you want to be swinging this golf club. And that's a lot faster than what you've been doing. Okay, now let's apply that same feeling to the shot. Okay, very good. At 97 miles an hour. Okay, fantastic. You're getting it close to 100. That's great. Just stay nice and loose. Let's do the drill again. So hold it up in the air. Real hard with your legs. There you go. Ready? Okay. It says 98. You got it right off the toe. So I don't know if that one was too accurate right there.
Show people I'm real.
Okay. Oh, that was nice. Okay, that's 97 again.
Good.
I'm loving it. Okay, so you understand the difference in what we did. We loosened up your wrists first, got you getting that feeling of you know, not trying to hit the ball hard. We swung easy with loose wrists. Then we added body. As soon as we did, we're already starting to see an increase. I didn't know if we'd actually see an increase today. That's kind of in the future. But even to increase it a little bit, that's a great sign of things to come in the future, okay? So make sure you're working on those drills constantly. Keep rolling this over and looking for the butt of the golf club, okay? Over and over and over again. And then do the swings off the ground. And if you do, you'll hit the ball farther than you ever have.